Chapter 0 Desert Adventures. Are we nearly there yet? Jean's immersed in thought. Yeah, probably. We've been walking for hours. Oh, have we? This is boring. Why don't we just take a plane like the others? Jean smirks. Isn't this more fun than a plane? Either way, you'll get more experience from it. Oh yeah? I bet you're just being an ass because I wrecked your BattleBot 5000 last night. Jean's irritated. Keep walking. Jean and Ren travel through the mid-afternoon desert for some time. Eventually they encountered a local sand beast. Whoa, it's a giant lizard. Careful, Ren. Those will bite and blow fire. Jean remorses. I lost a whole joint once. Oh man, I gotta get a closer look. Ren runs off into the desert. Look at how stupid it looks. Ren startled. Damn lizard, you've just picked a fight. Take this. Ren charges a lizard with the sword. The lizard breathes fire. Not cool, lizard. I thought this was a friendly match. What did I tell you? I still bet I can take him. Come on, the sun's gonna set soon. The sand lizard starts chasing him down. Jean, save me. Keep running, you'll lose him eventually. I gotta get out of here. Ren proceeds to run off into the desert with Jean. Jean sighs and lights up his smoke. I'll just wait for him to calm down. Jean exhales. Gus is slouching. I didn't think they'd be so damn late. Give me more wine. Here you are, sir. Thank you. I can't see what's keeping them, at least. It's that little bastard he has with him. Gus whispers to himself, "You better not mess up my plans." Sylvie stares at the ceiling, immersing herself in thought. They're both stationed at a town inn, waiting for others to arrive. Gus, rambling and tipsy. So what's this flower thing Jean wants anyway? Can't he just buy it online? Jean said it's rare and precious to him. He seemed really excited, at least. Gus mostly ignores Sylvie as he rambles to himself. Enough to warrant this arduous trip? I've had enough of this. Sylvie sighs. Tell me when he's here. I gotta piss. Sylvie thinks. I can't see what's keeping him, at least. Here we are. The desert market. Finally. Now let's go get some food. Jean thinks. I'll have to buy one of those glowing carpets later. That'd go well in the spare room. Sure, we're meeting up in an inn near here. You should be able to get something there. This one? Yeah, that's it. Man, I bet Gus is gonna be pissed that we're 2 hours late. Oh, will I? Ren is timid. Hey, Gus. Didn't mean to keep you waiting too long. Gus sighs. Imagine it was that little bastard's fault anyway. Hey. Anyway, how about we head inside? Hey, we're here. And I only downed 5 drinks in the meantime. My bad. Sounds like I'm early then. I took on a sand lizard. Gus burns his another cigarette. No, you didn't, kid. Jean, I'm glad you made it back safely. Jean nods in approval to Sylvie. Good to see you too. Alright, now let's get straight to it. Hey waiter, can we get 3 main meals and drinks for everyone? Coming right up. Jean lights up a smoke. The flower's right by an oasis near here, except I hear only a shaman from the town could find it. That could just be a scam to make money. Yeah, maybe. Me and Ren tried to scout out a little and found nothing though. Alright, but that's coming out of your pocket. Fine. Anyway, it's a bit late now. How about we head out tomorrow? Agreed. While you were lazing inside here, I took on a sand lizard, Sylvie. Sylvie's uninterested. Jealous, huh? You should have learned fire magic too. What? But Jean said water's better for me. Come on, Ren. We all know you're too stupid to use much more than a fireball. That's because you're always too lazy or stoned to teach me. Jean sighs. Fine. I'll show you another move later on. Ren's excited. Yes. Anyway, how are things, Sylvie? They're well. I've been reading a new book on how to work with plants. Oh? What can you do with that? The people who are really good can control them. They make flowers bloom or even cause growth in seconds. Impressive. The best I can do is make him grow well. Gus spends time drinking while Ren bothers him. Jean converses with Sylphie. First, we must partake of the cactus ceremony in order to open our spiritual vision. Oh yeah, I've done this stuff before. It's pretty good. Ren, Sylphie, you two probably shouldn't drink it unless you're feeling confident. Okay. Not like I want any of that nasty stuff. Gus drinks the earthy green liquid. Ugh, this is horrible. Oh, it ain't so bad. Chances are, Gene's probably burnt out his taste buds. Let us begin our travels. First, I will read the sands. Our adventurers travel around for an hour or so. They searched aimlessly throughout the desert during the long evening. I think we've been walking around in circles for an hour. Yeah, it feels that way. How do you even read this map? I think it says it's somewhere over there. Sylphie's getting bored. Come on, can't we go back? We're never gonna find that thing anyway. No, it's here. Gus is stumbling around. Oh, Jean, I can feel it. I can too. Yes, it is near. Jean is smelling the air. I don't feel nothing. It smells softer, like we're near water though. Eventually, after another full circle around where they were going, the team makes it to their final destination. Sylphie is exhausted. Found it. Oh, Ren, I'm too cooked and I can't see shit. Can you go find me that flower? Jean steps on something. Oh, found it. This brings an end to their small adventure. Whoa, I'm feeling it too, Jean. They all bond together over watching Ren dive into the spring and mumble erratically. Ren's mumbling gibberish. What the fuck you mean you're a tree? You're an... What was I talking about? Chapter 1. Back to work. Jean thinks, morning. My body's moving on its own. I've done this that many times after all. Coffee, smokes and opiates. That'll do me for breakfast. I'll just eat later at lunch or something. Jean rips an elaborate copper water pipe. Jean exhales smoke. Jean grabs a handful of assorted pills and chomps them down. Jean thinks that's good enough. Nothing wakes you up harder. You gotta do an introduction, Jean. Oh yeah, I'm Jean, one of the people that are, what's this for again? Oh yeah. Alright, I guess I'm the kind of guy who looks up at the sky and pretends that he's deep. No, I'm more one who smells the flowers and wonders if he could get high off them. We'll go with that. Jean steps onto the teleportation circle after finishing his morning routine. Rituals. Surrounding sounds. Woo. Jean thinks, what am I doing today? Gus is visibly annoyed and he talks to himself. God damn it, those little bastards never respect my classes. Gus sighs, oh well, I'll get it over with. Now let us begin. As some of you are newcomers, I will first introduce myself. You can call me Gus. I teach magic theory and fundamentals here. My 3 registered elements are light, ether, and lightning. Otherwise, my specialties are history, mathematics, and theological practices. Ren recalls Gus walking through the desert like a drunk. Ren trying to muffle his laughter. In today's class, I thought I'd go over some basic ideas of the different types of mana. Joel whispers to Ren, come on Ren, you're gonna get our asses kicked again. It is said that we gain our power from the stars, from light, and fire. Ren whispers, I can't help it. I was so stupid the other day. Gus throws his reading book at Ren and maintains perfect composure. The rest come from physical objects which are more solid catalysts. Keeping a bag of metal scraps or a talisman of gasoline come a long way. But we've come far out of the Dark Ages and have less use for primitive tools and objects. At least some of you may still need to use aids in the beginning stages. Gus paces around the class. Observe this. I'm taking volatile elements from the air and turning them into light. Again, but this time I'm turning the ambient heat into light. Whoa. As you can see, a simple transmutation of what's around you into the desired element. I expect you all to achieve this much in at least a week. Now, are there any questions before I let you all try this based on the formulas presented? How do I know which element to make, teacher? You had it divined. Could you please explain the process of what you're doing? Well, the method is to feel the palm of your hand or tip of your finger and then to extend that feeling outwards while creating a small point or sphere in space. After you pull inward towards that point in order to strengthen it and then simply transmute the collected mana into light. What if we don't know what light feels like or how to change our mana into it? Gust size, then observe it or use a light bulb maybe. Even playing around with it in your mind until you comprehend what light is. What about trying to see the form in your mind while casting? That's a guide or technique, but ultimately you're trying to create an element in its real form. Thank you. Now with that out of the way, we will close today's lessons. I'm gonna wreck you, Joel. As if I'd let you. That's right, keep training. Ren throws a light jab at Joel. Joel blocks. They circle around the ring, warming up. Joel kicks the side kick at Ren. Joel throws the side kick at Ren, which he grabs. Now you're fucked. Ren closes in and tries to grab Joel's hips in a grapple. Joel wraps his left arm around Ren's lowered head and starts repeatedly striking with his right elbow. Not cool, man. I thought we were only playing. Too much, is it? Ren grumbles and twists his head out of the arm lock, returning to a neutral stance. Fine, but I'm not going easy if you know. Here we have Isaac's class on combat. Only some students choose to take it as it's not required for all jobs. Usually people who are interested in high-risk work will. Ren strikes. Joel blocks. Jean, how have things been? Getting a good view of the action. Yeah, looks like they're killing each other out there. I train them well, I tell you. I wouldn't expect anything less from you. At our ages, we were stronger though. Yeah, I thought the boy grows a bit slowly. Just gotta set him loose every now and again. Yeah. Jean starts feeling mildly depressed. He gave his job as fighting instructor to Isaac some time ago. Jean thinks, it's hard to pass the time when you got nothing on. Maybe I could call it early and go grab some drinks. Jean? Oh, Sylphie, how are your classes? Fine. Well, I was just about to head home. What are you up to at this time? The same. Jean sighs. I guess we're both leaving early then. Sylphie looks down. Yeah. Truth is, Jean was just about to borrow money from Ralph, his boss, though it would now leave a bad taste in his mouth. He can manifest banknotes physically with earth magic, aka a bootleg printer, but it's best to launder it. You been back home at Ralph's place recently? Sylphie tenses. No. Jean thinks, wrong thing to say. Well, anyway, I feel like heading down the lounge and grabbing a drink. You can get some tea there too if you want. Sylphie smiles and lightens up. Okay, sure. Jean thinks, her dad's always been a bit lazy, so I picked up the slack halfway through, though I still never really know how to approach it. Kinda similar to Ren in that way. I figured being around someone to talk to and share skills is good enough. Jean now speaks aloud. I was watching the boys fight today and kept thinking about how it could have been me teaching them. Jean looks away, glum. Having second thoughts about quitting? Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so how's life at the dorms? Men any new friends are good guys? Sylphie looks away slightly. Well, I've mostly just been reading in my room. Anything good? Sylphie's energized. It's about a knight who tries to fight a dragon and ends up becoming friends with the same dragon. Turns out she's a beautiful princess who's able to transform into one with magic. Why are they hunting her then? She was taunted as a child for being a demonic witch, then swore to take revenge on the townspeople. The valiant knight calms her heart, and they live happily ever after, together away from the villagers. Lucky guy, eh? Sylphie. Jean ponders over the scenery. The drinks are pretty good here. What are you drinking? Chrysanthemum tea with citrus fruits. Ah, exotic. Reminds me of when Gus and I traveled through the east for reasons. Jean fondly remembers his youth. I wouldn't mind going there one day. We can make it a trip. I'll bring the boy and maybe someone else. Sylphie remembers annoying experiences traveling along with Ren. Maybe not. I'll go myself. Jean nods. They finish their drinks and Jean guides her back to the dorms. He leaves to go home. Oh yeah! Ren is playing video games on the library's computer. Ren clears a level and soon gets bored. Well, that was fun. Ren later reads the manga Bongwart's School of Getting Crunk. Chapter 2. More days, more classes. Hello everyone, I hope you've been well over the break. Welcome to all our new students as well. I see both young and old in the class, which makes me happy because not many favor the natural sciences. Anyway, on to introductions. I'm Jean and I've been teaching here for over 9 years now. I specialize in earth magic, natural sciences, plants, and even the vital arts, but have experience in just about everything. Now, onto the class. Old science is simple. You just need to observe and understand common patterns among normal things, like that of plants or animals. Plants, for example, have 3 major categories of the roots, stems, and leaves, as well as subcategories like flowers, which have different stages. Though, perhaps you could see flowers as a part of their own category. Anyway, Jean nearly loses himself in an endless ramble. This relates to a human of how they have the legs relating to the roots and the torso to the stems. Leaves would be the outer limbs and head. There are also further analogical diagrams which we can draw to the whole universe being the earth or a plant as our first, the sea and the atmosphere third. The sea second and the atmosphere third. This can be expanded by the layers of each, like upper space or even investigating inside the earth. Man stands upon the earth, has his arms around the trees and a mind which goes beyond even the clouds. I joke, of course, but I'm sure you get some of the point. I don't get it. What does the person standing on the ground have to do with the roots of a tree? Well, they're both attached or on the ground usually. They give stability and rooting to that in question, though think of it more as a poetic or philosophical idea than anything to be taken too literally. If we're just learning poetry, then how is any of this useful to us? Jean smirks. You'll know in time, but for sake of example, just say we were to make a medicine to enhance or heal someone's legs. And this idea would be made out of roots as the main ingredients. Jean's depressed, though. Nowadays you can just buy whatever replacement chemicals you need for health or J-buy. But it's good to know this for talismans. Does that mean we can take a cola bottle up to space and grab some of the stuff there to heal your head with? Well, back in 2017, me and another guy did that. Half an hour later, Jean sheds a tear, so he couldn't even get hard by the end of it and lost his will to live. Poor Johnny, life was so cruel to him. Anyway, I hand out these jars of solvent, common material for you to play with. Drop them in the bottle according to type, like bones in the animal jar or metal in the mineral jar. The class spent some time dissolving common materials and Ren ends up spilling solvents all over his desk. Ah shit, Ren, what are you doing? You're all free to go. I gotta clean this one up. Ren escapes before Jean scolds him anymore. Jean thinks, ugh, that was exhausting. Looks like I still gotta warm up for the year. Better head over to Ralph's office. Jean was called over for a special assignment. Jean's curt. Hey, what did you want this time? Is that how you speak to an old friend? Come on, what do you need? Ralph is genuine. Geez, Jean, you're having a bad day or something. Maybe that girl of mine's been giving you trouble. Ralph, always there for a friend and $1. Jean lightens up. I didn't mean it that way. So, what do you need? Why don't we have a drink later on? Anyway, these rich fellas came in and want to give their little kid a magical toy. Think you're up for it? There's fat stacks involved. For me at least. Sure. Anyway, what do they want for the kid? The little guy said he wants to fly. Reckon you can do it? I'll see what I can make happen. Good. There's a bonus in it for you once you're done. Oh, and how's that new elixir going? More or less good. Just need to remove a few of the impurities. Jean makes elixirs of immortality for Ralph to keep his beautiful looks and vibrant aura. Jean thinks, back to the lab for me. Amiris is awkward. Oh, teacher. Hey, you can call me Jean. Amiris thinks, damn, did I mess it up? Jean thinks, haven't seen this guy before. He looks a little weedy, but reminds me of Gus. Alright, so, I mean Jean. Anyway, what's up, Amiris? Amiris is nervous. Yes. I was just going to the library, though I'm a bit lost right now. Oh yeah, me too. Let's go. Sure. So what kind of subjects are you enjoying so far? I like the combat class. Huh? Never would have thought that. Yeah, but I train really hard. Well, keep at it and you'll get some results. Anyway, kiddo, I gotta go grab some books. Amiris goes off, searching for a book while Jean walks up to the front desk. Hey Eva, how's things? Oh, hi Jean, you know how it's like. Anyway, how are you? Eva pulls out a few rare and exotic manuals from under her desk. Jean observes, what are these? Eva's excited. These are some new ones I thought you'd like. Jean looks over to them. Oh, not bad. They're a collection of old Middle Eastern texts on astrology, science, and medicine. Reckon you could get me a book on vital paths as well? Did you want more of an anatomical diagram or one on the circulation aspect? More on the circulation aspect. Sure, I recommend a pathway to reading the lines. It has diagrams of each pathway and how they move during the day and night cycles as well as under different influences. Impressive. This should work. Jean keeps up to date with the latest models and ideas through books as he thinks they have the best information. He also reads storybooks set in other cultures around the Mediterranean. While Eva speaks to Jean, Amiris is off trying to find a good combat technique. Amiris thinks, what one should I get? Oh, this one? No. Fire palm technique, tiger claw, stone turtle protection. These all sound kinda weird. Looking for something? Amiris has started. No! Yes. Combat techniques, right? Yeah. How about this one? Amiris flicks through a book. Wind strikes for beginners. Oh, this should work. Thanks. Sophie goes back to browsing. No worries. Here you go, Jean. Advanced circulation techniques and methods. You should take that one too. This one looks pretty scholarly. I should be able to read it by now. Anyway, I'll come back some other time to bother you for more. Sure, I'll hold on to anything I think you'd like. See ya, Jean. Jean walks through the halls towards the garden. Jean thinks, I'll catch some rest. Florence gazes at Gus as he looks through a couple papers. Gus organizes his notes. Again, you don't have to be so early. Is that a problem? Not really. When I was your age, I never cared much for scholarly things. Florence is curious. What did you care for, teacher? Gus is wondering and thought, not much to be honest. Get by day to day, perhaps. Why is that? It doesn't matter. It's one of those things when you're young. Ren comes in with a friendly attitude. Florence-chan, how about we play some games after class? Ren, no thanks, you're kinda weird. Ren has his heart broken. Yeah! Gus feels bad for Ren, but is more annoyed that he's holding up to class. Gus stares at Ren with killing intent. Impressive to see you early, Ren. Ren ignores Gus. His fire is reignited. So how about it? Want to come with me, Joel? Oh, I'm afraid not. I have studies to attend to right now. Ren clicks his tongue. Damn, maybe another time. Better outside in this dusty class, eh? Gus's death glare intensifies. Florence smiles uncomfortably. Joel bursts out into laughter. You don't have to worry about him, Gus. He's just trying to get some. Ren pouts. Oh, come on, man, not cool. I would expect nothing less from a young monkey like him. Persistence is the best quality you got, Ren. Ren's in the background being ignored. I'm here too, guys. Gus is uninterested. Right, anyway, we need to start, so go to your seats. I'll be discussing circle and talismanic theory now. The basic idea is that you have a linear or other path of command. For example, the commands create, light we used last time, except instead of a circle or talisman, I performed an instant cast, as did the rest of you. But if we wanted to store a spell on paper or even create more complex arrays and expressions, you may want to use talismans and circles. First I'll go over talismans, which each command is a symbol, as you can see here. So all of these symbols create a pattern map which creates an effect. Obviously this is oversimplification for the sake of it, but would still work with some internal advising. Now, a circle is similar, but we categorize major functions, for example, geometry or size, where it is located, as well as the length, such all in one ring. Other circles could include its strength or intensities, how it looks, elemental qualities, and even security functions. As you can see, the symbols combine to say, create lightning, strike 30 centimeters in height from top to bottom with a 1.5 centimeter radius, along with some other command, but you get the idea. The flow of mana is clockwise for this one, and follows a linear pathway. Don't forget to imbue your drawings with power as well. Class over. Ralph's happy. You came! Jean grins and sips some beer. Of course. I've been so busy ever since we started up to school. Times aren't like what they used to be. You're right. We've all settled into our roles, eh? I'd like to chat and have fun like the old days, but keeping this place running is more important. And you're doing a fine job of it. Someone's got to take the fall. Don't say it like that. I enjoy running business and building up empires. It's one big game to me. You probably own what? Half the country by now? Technically I own it all based on assets, but the council still makes a few decisions. Jean smiles. Jeez, to think we're all little pieces in your game. Well paid little pieces, might I add. True, I chose it. Gus did, and so did the rest. Either way, running companies and managing money ain't my specialty, so I'm glad you're here to do it. There you go, now you see my greatness. I guess so. They continue talking for some time. Chapter 3. Small talk and other chats. Created on an island under the Mediterranean land near the Middle East is Ralph's Academy. Here it teaches anything from anatomy to history, science, and even old art. Planned, built, and ran by his friends and colleagues, they all play a vital part in keeping it running. Teleporter circles allow access in and out for the students aged between 18 to functional ages. Many are wealthy folks, friends or allies of the owner. While a school on the outside, it also functions as a major research lab, home base, and other financial purposes, as it has individual laws that govern in country. This story shows part of the operations and classes here. Gus is ranting. Those fucking kids, I tell you, man. Why don't we just go back to casino scams like in the old days? Jean exhales smoke. Why do you want to do that? Ralph's laundering's a lot more secure. I swear, times were better back before this. At least we're doing real shit. You really want to go back to all that shady shit? My hands are clean now. I thought you had my back on this. We're just doing the same thing we used to, but on that fat bastard's protection. Jean exhales smoke. But did we have a sweet cafe back then? Gus lights up a cigarette. What, like this place? Jean grins. Sure you ain't just getting old? Jean relaxes. Probably am. I just want to focus on family stuff right now. This place will let it happen. Gus relaxes. Your legacy, eh? I guess an old man like you has started to think about that. Jean rests his head on his fist. Get to my age and you want at least someone to call you Papa. Gus frowns. Jean relaxes. How about those students, eh? Couple cute ones in yours? Gus puts out his joint. You know I take my job seriously. A man's at least got to take a look, eh? Gus stays silent for some time as they continue drinking. Gus is agitated. I'm getting too loaded for daylight. I'm off. Good call. They both leave. Isaac is grugging around in the halls after drinking too much at the bar. He pukes into a corner. The cleaner will take care of it. Oh, teacher, I was just looking for you. It's Isaac. Anyway, what do you need? Truth is, I wanted to enter into the fighters tournament at the end of the year, but I'm nowhere strong enough to do it. I wanted some help if you don't mind. Oh shit, that's a mouthful. Yeah. Isaac regains his functional consciousness. You don't say. Let's get started. Isaac thinks he's a bit wimpy, but he can still learn. Yes, thank you. Show me what you got. Start running. Right. Emerus runs around. 30 seconds. Now squats. Emerus is out of breath. Right. 6. Come on, boy. Give me a couple push-ups. More energy this time. Emerus's legs are shaking. Yes. 2. We got work to do. Emerus is exhausted. Yes, I've never been good at this kind of stuff. You got any of that magic crap? Emerus relaxes into meditation. Alright. He acrobatically spins around and slashes the air, causing space to tear. Gus might be able to help you out with that. Train every second or third day. Alternate between physical and magical. Make sure not to skip either one. I'll come back and give you a hand every so often. Thank you, Isaac. I'll make sure to work really hard. Go eat these and take the rest of the day. Anyway, take the rest of the day off. Jean whipped them up for me. Isaac hands Emerus a pack of stock standard painkillers as well as some handmade stimulant cross steroid pills that he happened to have with him. Are these really okay to take? I eat them all the time. I gotta go, kid. Keep up the training. Goodbye. Thank you again, Isaac. Jean comes back from cranking one out in the bathroom. Look who has a smile on his face. Yeah, shut up. You making any money? Just bought up a few pieces of land, invested in new war, the usual. As long as this place stays afloat, eh? Oh, it will, and more. You keeping up with your kid? Jean means Sylvie. You keeping up with yours? Ralph is talking about Ren, though Jean only functions as his non-biological uncle. Good point. Jean relaxes in silence. So, you want the regular? Yeah, here you go. Jean drops a bag of golden bars, weighing in at 5 kilograms that he transmuted from dirt. Ralph launches this with his multi-web investment and banking schemes. You'll be back next week, I bet. Yeah, probably. Anyway, what this camera drone's doing around the school grounds? Ralph's excited. I'm glad you noticed. I've been advertising this place on the web with all new highly edited camera footage. And that works. It's all about building a public image. Smart thinking. As Jean leaves, he comes across Sylvie in the hallways. Oh, Jean, good timing. Can I come over to practice this weekend? Sure. You know you don't have to ask me. Jean thinks, oh shit, I'm making drugs for Mirren this weekend. Oh well. Ren's folks are coming home this weekend. Sylvie was not listening while Jean said this. Oh, and I was just about to pick up Ren. Want to come with? Okay, sure. Chapter 4, The Price of Reagents. Ha! Yeah! Hua! Ren's up early training while Sylvie's inside reading a book. Knock, 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 knock. Ah! Knock. Jean mutters, if it ain't my special Magical Girl Humor-a-Champ box set, then I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, Mirren, I was just about to get started. Mirren toys with him. Oh, Gene, you really need to have more punctuality. Leaving it to the last minute like this. I was tired. Figured you wouldn't care. My time is important, but I'll let it slide. Gene groans to clear his head. Ugh. Richie'll be here in a minute. He's just carrying some things. Gene stretches out his tiredness. Mirren walks inside and takes a seat on Gene's couch. Hello there, Sylvie. You've grown some. Sylvie stares at Mirren like a cat whose territory is being challenged. Sylvie whispers, "Zombie." Mirren gets closer. Oh, come on. Give your big sis a hug. Mirren goes for a big hug while Sylvie squirms uncomfortably in her vice grip. You know, I always wanted a little girl of my own. Sylvie squirms. Maybe Ren's a curse. Don't say that. You're still young, Mirren. Gene grabs his ornate brass water pipe and opens the window. That's my little man. You know he's so dedicated. Ren, the hero in her hearts, always at work. Gene, I hear my boy training hard out there. Richard, long time no see, brother. They give each other a strong handshake. Ha ha. Feels like it's been forever. Business is so busy that I don't even get a rest. I know what it's like. Ralph runs me into the ground sometimes. Richard organizes security in a group which him and Ralph are a part of. He sure knows how to do it, eh? Anyway, I'm gonna go check my boy outside. We'll talk later, Gene. Yeah, sure. He's working hard out there. Want some of this, Mirren? Of course. Gene lights up a fine opium pipe and they begin smoking in the kitchen. Keeping yourself entertained? Hardly. Life is so boring, and Richie's always working. I wish I had more time with him or my little Ren. Got a good travel set. A good travel that set you straight, eh? Maybe not the stuff you do, but something relaxing. They both stand, allowing the light to open their heads. Anyway, Gene, you should come back and work for us again. Ralph's work suits me a lot more, I think. Well, if you say so, but you know those who can't navigate the sky will only find themselves among the dirt. Some of us like it down here. Mirren's teasing. Oh, I know you do. Poor Gene. Gene exhales. Anyway, I better get started. This should only take an hour or so. That's fine. I like to watch as always. Gene got straight to work making his medicines, drugs. Gene talks to himself. Lead, salt, opiate wax, and animal bones should do it for these painkillers. Iron crystals, tin ashes, and coca leaf powder. What else do I need for the stimulants again? Oh, and add a bit of the red crystal. I need the extra kick. Alright. I'll need to balance it out with something so you don't get a gut ache. Maybe the tin can handle it. Nah, better on the safe side. Gene talks to himself. Datura flower, silver salt, and silver salt should work for these sleeping pills, and I already have aphrodisiacs. Other than that, it's just blood enhancers, honey pills of acacia, god crystals, and a blood extract should work. That smells lovely. Oh, I hardly even notice that stuff anymore. Looks like my little kitty has fallen asleep from the fumes. She's probably just tired. Should do her well. Mirren's captivated by Sylvie's cuteness. I wonder if I can adopt you. Gene prays for Sylvie's survival, knowing that Ralph might trade her for the right price. Outside, Ren is working hard, training martial arts and other combat abilities. Ren is focusing on his breath. Today I'll get it. The next level in my training. Ren is making precise and intricate movements with his body, slowly moving his limbs with absolute focus and a high level of tension. Ren unleashes a force-loaded punch, which causes the air to burst in its direction. Exhales. I'll show them my strength. In the surrounding, Gene's muffled voice in the distance. Damn that boy. Richard opens his arms. Ren, my boy! Richard punches Ren on the head with enough force to break concrete. Dad! Ren comes in for a long punch, which Richard backsteps. Come on, give me a big hug. They're both grappling one another with their arms. Ren struggles and speaks. I bet I'm stronger now. You can think so, kid. Richard throws Ren 5 meters into the air and catches him. They both stand and allow themselves to relax. So how's life with Gene? It's okay. Oh yeah? Gene was always the one I looked up to back in the day. Yeah, he's pretty cool, but he's a bit lazy. Richard slaps Ren on the back with enough vibrational force to pop a water bottle. You know, I'm sorry I can't be with you. Ren looks away. It's okay, Dad. But I've always got your back. Richard pulls out an AK-47 from interdimensional storage. Whoa! I found this out in the Middle East. He hands it to Ren as a gift. Come on, Ren, let's go raise hell with it. It's yours to play with. Yeah! They spend the evening shooting trees and cans out in Gene's forest. Whew, all done and packaged. How lovely your work is, as always, Gene. Anyway, here are those items I'd promised. Mirren places a bag full of rare ingredients onto the table. 2 kilos of clarified opium, a pound of mercury salt, bear liver and other livers, a 1,000-year-old cave flower and more. You know I can't pay for all this stuff, Mirren. Mirren's teasing. Oh, then how badly do you want it? I would say that I need it at this point. Then how about working for me? You'll get all the ingredients you want. Gene remembers his painful experiences. Mirren smirks. I promise not to use you for medical experiments anymore. Some things are not to be spoken of. Nothing inappropriate, of course. Gene's traumatized. Anything but that. Then let's watch this. Mirren pulls out a package. Is that my anime DVD? I've been waiting to see it as well. Let's get started. Gene and Mirren both take turns smoking various herbs and crystalline substances while watching boy anime. Gus thinks, I don't care much for the money, but damn am I running low. Wait, no, I do care for it. That's the only reason I'm doing this shit anyway. Ugh, I drank too much last night. Gus sits down with his hand in his head looking exhausted. Hey, Teach. Morning. Joel. Gus continues suffering from a headache. Ren. Ring. Ren's phone starts to ring. Gus has rocks buzzing in his head. Joel suppresses his laughter. Oh, it's Gene. I gotta take this one. One sec. On the phone. Hey, Ren, put Gus on for me, would you? Huh? Why didn't you just ring him? I hit the wrong button. Put him on for you, would you? Ren hands Gus the phone. Okay, it's Gene. The hell does he want this hour? Gus, you there? Yeah, why? Gene's heavily breathing. Oh man, you're not gonna believe this. I just posted the flower. The flower. You remember that one, right? Yeah? Gus has bad memories. You mean the one we spent ages to find? Turns out this stuff really fucks you up. You want to try some later? You called me just for this? Yeah. Gus smirks. Damn right I want some. Gus clicks off the phone. So what did he want? Nothing you need to know, kid. Hey, you're not that much older than me. Ren mumbles, at least I think so. We're starting now. Chapter 5. Time resumes. Sylphie sighs. Sylphie sits alone drinking tea at the lounge. She rests idly, preparing for her next class. Ren comes in cool. Hey, what are you doing here all alone? Just drinking tea. Ren sits down. Well, cool. I'll get some too. Sylphie mostly zones out, but Ren tried to get some conversation out of her. Ren may look foolish and naive, but the truth is, he's very caring for his family and friends. This would be the point where Gene would take out a joint. Sylphie lightens up. I guess he would. So why don't you come train with me and the guys? I'm sure Joel and Emerus would be cool with it. No thanks. I'd rather train in the practice rooms. Ren's dejected. Alright, but the office's always open. Ren chugs his drink and leaves with a smile. Sylphie continues to get lost in her thoughts and emotions while waiting for the next class to begin. Joel rushes in sometime after. Joel's gasped. Hey, you seen Ren? Where'd that little bastard run off to? We're meant to play BattleBots 5000. Just left. Thanks. Anyway, you want to come too? No thanks. Suit yourself. Joel runs off chasing after Ren. Sylvie sighs. She orders more tea at the self-ordering tablet and continues drinking. Sylvie isn't trying to be rude or avoidant, but she doesn't know how to connect with others. She doesn't feel welcome in the guy's bright, energetic atmosphere and rather is enjoying her own or Gus's Jean's peaceful vibe. Jean's high as fuck. Oh man, where's that book again? I swear I was around here somewhere. Eva's reading. Vitalism, Theory and Basics? Yeah, that's the one. Right here, Jean. You know I've shown you already. My bad. Anyway, thanks for that, Eva. I gotta run. I'll pay you back later. Eva sighs. Eva feels lonely that Jean leaves in a rush and won't talk to her. She always does her best to create a nice and nurturing atmosphere though. Ren comes in with a cool attitude and pose, noticing her depressed nature and tries to cheer her up. Hey there, sexy library teacher. Eva continues reading a book. Huh. How about me and you find some time alone, eh? I'm probably a bit old for you. Ren puts his arm on the desk. That only makes it better. Eva sighs and lights up. Sorry, Ren. Ren smiles, feeling the vibe change for the better. Cool, well, I'm gonna get going for class. Jean whispers, just in time. Late. That hurts. Jean starts flipping through the book he borrowed. Anyway, let's begin. Today we're here to learn vitalism. It's the way we learn to keep healthy, direct power, heal yourself and other things, yourself and others among many other uses. So it's a must for any fighter, magician, or even as an aid to keep your mind focused when studying. Jean hastily grabs a piece of paper which he drew last night with Ren's crayons, though do note it is not perfect. Ren whispers, hey, that's where they went. Refer to this picture to see a simple vital circulation map of our body. Think of this as a path of feeling and flow within the body. We're able to control what goes where and how with practice. You can gather vital force, expel it, and connect paths and more. You can see the joints in the outer body and major vital centers for the inner body as well as bones and tendon pathways. Oh, and this image is thumbs up, palms forward. So your little fingers are negative, middle is neutral, and the outers are positive. Do you all take notice of how much force you put behind a martial strike or the amount of mana you use for a spell? These are both created from your vital energies and will deplete with use. As proper circulation and sense of internal focus will let you go on for much longer than those who don't have it. Any questions so far? How do we use it? Through focus? That's one way. As we know, you need to focus in three-dimensional space to collect and form mana, in the same way that you need to focus inside or on the body to move it. But focus is not all, as we need to properly utilize tension, relaxation, and force of will. So for example, if we were to perform a charged palm strike, you would first gather or send energy to the palm through your feeling and will, then you'd intensify it without blocking the flow from overstraining. Oh, I kinda get it. I remember lightly healing a wound in a similar way. Right, you can learn to enhance blood flow for that, or even to restrict and restrain it to certain areas. This all comes down to situational needs, so I'll teach you all the basics and let you figure out the specifics from there. What if I focus on my head with these techniques? Can it help me to learn faster? Well, within reason, though I wouldn't do it too much to avoid mental stress. The back of the head is more for memory and the front is for attention and concentration, I've found. With no further questions, I'll call it a day here for lectures. In the meantime, I want everyone to give this a shot and get an idea for it. Jean mumbles to himself, where'd I put that bag again? Mr. Jean, would you be able to give me some more lessons if possible? Jean startled, shit, yeah, Isaac told me about it. Only if you're not busy. Well, I got time to kill. They both walk to the training room. You making much progress? Not really. And you've been training, right? Of course. Jean sits down and lights up a smoke. Seems like conventional methods ain't gonna work on you, kid. Emerus listens intently. Eat these and go sit on the floor. What are those, Gene? Circulation boosters, stimulants, bone cleaners, the usual. Are you sure this is safe? You'll be fine. Emerus eats the pill which Gene gives him and sits on the floor. Now sit and focus around your whole body. It should get hot. Emerus starts sweating uncontrollably. What? Just do it or the effects will wear off. Emerus groans uncomfortably. Ugh. Ugh. Good. Now I'll come and push my force into you. Don't give up if it feels painful. Oh, it burns. Keep going. They continue this for another few minutes. Emerus is heavily breathing. Alright, you can stop now. How do you feel? Lighter. Oh, I feel better, like my body's opened up. That's it. You'll need to do this about once every week for a good season to keep it that way. Now you should be able to train somewhat like a normal person. Alright, kid. I got business to handle. Go ask Gus for some lessons later on. So what's this stuff you wanted to show me? Gene pulls out a bag of red crystalline powder. Gus inspects closely. Oh, looks clean. Gene smirks while taking out a pipe. Try some. Gus loads a metal pipe. Gus is smoking. Gus exhales. Gus is smoking. While Gus is spaced out, Gene takes a hit. Smoking. Gus is heavily breathing and sweating. Gus starts suffering traumatic flashbacks. He enters it vividly like a walking dream in the center of action. It's good shit, eh? Gus is erratically breathing. Damn, yeah, it's just like on the battlefield. Give me another hit. After some time of smoking, they continue talking. We should just get out of here, back to where the fights are. Ah man, those are good times, eh? Yeah, so why are we spending our time in here? Gene sits back. It's peaceful. Gus, forceful sigh. You always get too comfortable, wherever you go. It happened back in the war and now here. I just don't like getting caught up in anything. If I keep drifting on forever, I'll be right. Gus relaxes himself. Whatever. We're at least raising hell when the season's up. Gene smiles. Deal. Chapter 6. A kind of relaxation. Now, you all had better have practiced yesterday's material because you need it for today. Gus paces around the class, stressed, lecturing as usual. Anyway, we'll go over evocations today. This is a part of ritual work, which is all grandiose and costs a lot more money than it's worth. It's why you should all make good use of the faculty resources which are allocated. The reason why summoning is different than a regular earth forming or manifesting spell is that living beings are comprised of a different, higher intelligence and more components. Even bringing out bodiless spirits requires a fair bit of work as they still have their intellect. Here, watch. I'll show you how it's done. Gus presents a black mat with red symbols drawn onto it. I pre-drew this one with cinnabar and a regular black cloth. What we want to do is get a dense mana field inside of it so that the spirit can form with the body. To do this, we can use a number of reagents, but most notably is a heavy smoke base of corresponding incenses. If I catch any of you wasting blood, gold powder, or mercury without at least using other reagents first, you'll get your asses kicked. Just because it works does not make you a good summoner or mean we have the funds to do it regularly. Gus lights an incense censer which produces a thick smoke that smells acidic. Now I've set the area, I'll call in the spirit of Mars with this amethyst. Gus dissolves an amethyst in his hand which evaporates with purple mist, calling upon the planet Mars. What we're trying to do is stack lots of influences. Even if Mars is not our chosen ritual subject, the emanation of him will help. Gus continuously walks around in a circle, chanting in between his lecture segments. At this point, you'll also want a special object relating to the person or thing you're summoning, like a symbol or belonging. Otherwise, you'd best have the spirit well cemented in your mind. Even common reagents like water or earth can help to form the body. The final part is to overlay their image upon the magical haze that you've created and force him into temporary or permanent being. Ren whispers to Joel, "Hey, what if we call him a cat?" Joel whispers to Ren, "Do it." Ren vividly intends for a cat to appear within the mana field. "Huh? Who did that? It was meant to be a fire elemental." The classroom whispers, "Did he screw up?" Lord Nyanyol says in a low-pitched voice, "Hello, students." Gus anxiously analyzes the residue from the ritual. Gus is humble. "Have I angered you, your lordship? I didn't mean to take you out of your resting spot." "Don't worry, Gus. I'll observe for now." Gus is showing respect. "Oh, alright, my lord." Lord Nanyos is a magical cat who owns more assets and company stocks than Gus. Gus is a highly respecting and stern man. I can see who did this. Gus focuses. Ha! Ren vanishes out of sight. As you can see, when you thin the barrier between worlds and create a magically dense environment, these kinds of things are much easier to do, though a professional like myself hardly needs it. Oh man, where am I? Ren's terrified. What the fuck are these things? Is this a shadow plane, like in that one anime? Oh man, I'm freaking out. Hey guys, get me out of here. This isn't funny. And again, we can resummon him. Ren's shivering and sweaty. That wasn't cool. The classroom laughs. Ren's nervous and angry. Damn it, Gus, that wasn't funny. Oh, yeah. Gus is smirking. Then what will you do about it? Ren exhales and banishes his anxiety. Fight me tomorrow. Gus is dryly laughing. Ha 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 ha. You, a child who cannot even pay attention in class, challenges me. Yeah, so you coming? Gus is subtly annoyed. Fine, class over. We'll settle this later. Jean walks out into the school garden. Jean thinks, I like coming out here every now and again. Can't smoke or it'll ruin the vibe, eh? Eva's reading a book. That's right. Jean exhales and looks at Eva's ass. Nice day, eh? I like it when everything starts blooming well. Isn't it lovely? Soon these trees will yield fruits. Hopefully our own lives will follow. If only. Jean smiles and they continue relaxing together. Eva reads a book and Jean enjoys the atmosphere. You said you're gonna teach me those moves, right? Right now? Yeah, come on, I wanna learn something. Well, if you're that excited, I can't say no. Jean thinks, damn, I was just about to go home and watch anime. Jean stands and thinks, alright. Stand and collect whatever I throw at you around your body. Huh? What do you mean? Collect and pull it around your body, like a bubble or something. Ren whispers, like a bubble? What now? Let it go. I'll do it again, but with something different. Jean inhales and starts to blow strange, subtle vapor at Ren, which makes the air wobble. Ugh, it's hot. Jean whispers, that's right, you little bitch. Take away my free time. Good. You need to withstand at least that much. Keep it around you for as long as you can. Ren's tensing his body in a horse sense. Ugh, how am I meant to do that? Figure it out on your own. I can do it. Jean patiently waits for a few minutes. Ren's heavily breathing. This is enough? Jean smirks. Not bad. Take a minute. No. Keep going. Alright. Jean blows fire straight onto Ren. Jean thinks, kid's a natural. Ren's heavily breathing. Breathe longer and try to feel it. It doesn't hurt. I can take it. Now expel it into the sky. You did well. Ren exhales. Alright, keep practicing your own. I have other business. Yeah. Ren likes to train on his own. Jean sits down at the club lounge. Yeah, you got drinks. Gus tightens his jaw. I'm always prepared, you know that. Jean approves. Jean lights up a smoke and drinks. Gus lights up a smoke and drinks his berry cider. You ever smoked a cigarette and want another one at the same time? Gus lights up a smoke all the time. Huh, I've been training the boy. Good, that'll at least stop him from dying and not getting crippled. Gus sighs and looks sternly. I'm not gonna cripple him. That's all I wanted to hear. Thanks. Jean trusts Gus but also cares a lot about Ren. Gus listens to Jean's opinions and holds them in high regards, hence his temper was raised. Florence sat at the cafe with her hand in her head, gazing below at a coffee cup. She saw visions of ice, a snowy land, and two people nailed to a cross. Around them, peasants with pitchforks and spears. They glow and pulse together in a circle until the crowd faded out into colours. Florence is softly breathing and regains consciousness. I didn't want to wake you. You look cute. Florence regains her senses. Huh? The two girls sit together enjoying each other's company. Sylphie? Yeah? Say, if two people dance together in a dream, what do you think it would mean? Oh, that they're happy or something? Florence laughs. What kind of answer is that? Florence rests her body next to Sylphie. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, what do you think of our teachers, like Jean for example? He's just kind of like my uncle, so it's easy having him as a teacher. Yeah, I feel that way too. Does he have a wife or a girlfriend? He had a wife a long time ago, but after that he's never done much. No. She bends back and playfully looks at Sylphie. Sylphie looks at her. Well, I'm jealous. Why is that? People always look so comfortable together, really happy. Chapter 7, The Big Fight. Joel in an official voice. Alright now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Isaac, Ralph, and Jean. You three teachers should have some kind of say on this, right? Ha ha ha. Make sure to place your bets. Make sure to place your bets. My assistant will be taking care of it. Here's 200. Put it on the kid. Oh, and I'm here to ref. Yeah, give me 300 on the boy. Hey everyone. Jean, you're friends with Gus, right? Who do you think's gonna win? I reckon Gus will get overconfident. Just keep your eyes out if Ren takes advantage of it. Isaac agrees. Ren has a fine physique and fighting spirit. I can't say much about Gus, but back in the day they used to call him the Field of Death. Ralph laughs, and that was probably the last time you did any exercise. Gus yells out, says you! Well, you've all given your part. I think it's time to consider the obvious. Ren is a dumbass. Yep. Oh yeah. Ren yells out, oh come on guys. But he definitely works hard, or we'd expect to see something. Ren's in deep meditation. Gus stands idly with his hands in his pockets. Start! You get a strange sense to wait for the guitar intro to end. And... Gus starts circling without care. I don't even need arms for this. Tough. Ren rushes to engage Gus. Gus starts casting spells. Ren swipes a punch at Gus. Gus manipulates space to create a reversal barrier. Don't even try. What an engagement. They're now just staring each other down and circling one another. Ren charges Gus with force. Gus stops Ren's blow. What did I tell you? Ren meditates. Ren starts unleashing fire from the ground which circles him. Gus flicks electrified space at Ren. Jean taught you a nice trick, huh? Ren stands and breathes. Gus creates an electrical discharge from his whole body. Ren launching off a fire blast at Gus. Take this. Gus creates a portal in front of him to catch the blast. Now what else do you have? A fire blast redirects behind Gus and redirects behind Ren and burns him. Gus is bored. Come on. You must be out of energy from that move. Gus focuses on Ren and electrifies him. After recovering for a second, Ren charges at Gus trying to get a strike in. Gus continuously deflects or returns Ren's strikes. Gus starts to have trouble maintaining his composure. Gus is heavily breathing. Gus throws a lash of electricity, causing Ren to slow down for a second. Then they commence trading blows, throwing spells and other moves. Both are heavily breathing, staring at each other. Gus is heavily breathing. Damn this. I have things to do. Ren's focusing his breath. Well, I'm putting everything in this shot. Both start to intensify their elements. Ren coiling himself on fire and Gus creating a magical circle. Ren launches a giant fire blast while Gus focuses on it with his will, causing it to expand outward and dissipate near instantly. Alright, time's up. I gotta get back to the office and the rest of you have classes to attend. Ralph, making fat stacks, calls it here. Both Ren and Gus look visibly injured. You happy now? Ren frowns and smiles. Yeah. Gene thinks, oh man, I feel antsy. I gotta bust a nut or something. I ain't selling my soul to the devil. No got any money to spare at the moment though. Gene sighs. I always get like this before meetings. Alright, as you may or may not know, I want to get my own busty black bitches and Bukake Hime franchises right here in our own neighboring islands. Isaac has an approving nod. Nice choice. You still got enough money to pay us, right? Yes, without that, your loyalty would go elsewhere, and so it should. Anyway, Gene, I have this item I need found, and Isaac, here's a special job for you. Gene thinks, oh man, I just want a break. Where is it at? Just an island a little to the south of here. Gene sighs, how many days? 3. Go there, get it, come back. Gene grumbles, ugh. And Gus, I want you to make these special talismans. Lawrence drafted quite a fine piece of work. Lawrence is a prolific group member alongside Ralph, also father of Florence. Easy enough. Alright, now don't make me wait. Gene grumbles, my weekend. Chin up, Gene. I'm sure Ralph is on something good. Gus listens. Yeah, the old bastard never failed us once. Huh, now that's it. Putting on tournaments like that, man. If only they saw us back then. Whoa, Isaac, tell me more about Uncle Gene. Joel comes in to listen as well. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not my place to say. Gus, how about you tell it? Gus is all smug. Fine. Back in a snowy battlefield, Gene starts walking around half naked in his trousers, laughing like a crazed devil. You could see it melt around him, a mist of red and orange arising. Gene is laughing. You don't tell him that. Anyway, this mad cunt ain't even running. He just stands among a field of flying drones, soldiers, and action on every side, yelling, I am your son. We all thought he was half gone until the fire started. Gene melted away not just the ice, but anyone who got close. Though it wasn't stupid or wasteful, he turned any weapon, blockade, or vehicle into a red mercury. Joel's interested. Oh, that's right. I charged him down with a knife, but it melted in my hand. Oh yes, that scene you two made was quite something. You didn't know how to hold back. I thought I'd end up burning myself at one point. What happened? Well, I watched it all through a hologram, but they turned a good stadium worth of space into hell. Blows traded for minutes into body amplification spells. Warriors had to flee in case of burning rubble or blasted trees. Cowards, the lot of them. Those with balls stayed. And that they did. It turned into an arena fight, with both holding back. Though without pure destructive force, they faced and fought with the intention of death. Oh man, this sounds kinda gay, Gus. Gus is annoyed. What? Don't like my poetry, little bitch? Joel smirks. Go on. Well, we ended up fighting until the sun came up. Most of us were too broken to even move by the end of it. But I saw strength within you. I still respect it now. At least it stopped you both from killing each other. I had to puppet us like ragdolls to the nearest supply area. I could have moved, but you offered the ride. Gene grins. Oh, cool story. You got a lot in your blood, Ren. Even your old man Rich is a killer. Yeah, he told me tons of stories too. They stand in contemplation and small talk for some time. So what did you both think of the fight? I made bank. Boring otherwise. I think they were too harsh on each other. They're both strong. When people like that fight, it's bound to happen. Emrys creeps up in the distance. Reckon you could take him on? No. Huh, keep training, you will. Yeah, you just gotta get super strong. Emrys is embarrassed. Yeah. You just gotta draw it out of him or get him in a weird spot. The boy's main point is that he's his will and strength, if anything. Emrys is pondering. I'll try. Gus mumbles to himself. I've grown weak. I can't believe it took so much to beat that kid. If anything, he's made me realize where I stand. Gus continues mumbling. Pathetic. I won't let it stay this way. Several students enter the office room. Gus sighs and lights up the smoke. So what? You're all here for extra lessons? Yeah, we want to learn cool stuff. Gus thinks for a moment. You know, I'm too tired for this shit. Why don't I just entertain you with this trick? Oh yeah, oh cool. They were entertained like the Down syndrome children they are, thought Gus. I'm out. Gus leaves apathetically. Chapter 8. Sailing for real. Out at sea on a short voyage. Jean thinks, these things aren't so bad all the time. At least I get away from work and life for a bit. Jean pisses off the side of the boat. So, you been doing this thing for a while? The boat thing? Maybe only 3 years. I'm new, you could say. Oh yeah? You a friend of Ralph's? He helps me out every now and again, and we help him. How about yourself? Perhaps on a joyride? Oh no, the sights are nice, but I'd much rather be home right now. This is work. Is that so? Jean goes into the bedroom area of the sailboat. Jean thinks, this feels strange, so I guess all of Ralph's things are. At least Ed's a nice kid. Jean soon falls asleep. Oh jeez, another one of these spirit plane dreams. Jean waves his hand. Come on, bugger off. A magical Tanuki bear shaman appears and banishes the pesky spirit. Oh, hey Tanuki-san, what are you up to here? Thought I'd find myself a couple of shine maidens down here, but it's you, Jean. Well, they've never met in person. Jean and Tanuki-san are great friends in the spirit realm. Sounds like you live in the life. How's that kid going? Oh, Jeremy-kun. I had to kick him out of the temple, because all he does is jack off and practice the sword. I sent him to a land of mutants and desert known as for an adventure. Oh yeah, that'll be in the next game. Aye, what are you up to? Chasing fairies? If only. I'm out on a boat and managed to open the portal. Oh, it happens. How about we change the background and theme, eh? Yeah, sure. Wrong one. There we go. Tanuki-san relaxes. Jean tries to relax. Something wrong? Oh, I know what it is. Tanuki-san has a heightened intuition from years of living in nature. He pulls a packet of tablets from his hidden pouch tied around his giant, well-trained nuts. Jean observes for a moment. Wait, is that sildenafil X? A rare prescription blood circulation medication, aka the weird pills you find at the gas station, astral plane style. You know I always have the best shit. How did you know? I could feel it in your nuts. They're cold. Jean sighs. Yeah. Head up, Jean. Your blood will circulate better that way. Thanks, man. Tanuki-san nods. They spend the rest of their time playing card games only found in the spiritual planes. They involve folklore and shrine maidens. We're nearly there. Jean yawns. Oh good. I'll be coming along for this one too. Jean thinks, I wonder if Ralph just wanted to fuck with me a little. Oh yeah, well, I better get some supplies for us at the village. No worries there. After some travel, they arrive at a fishing village. There'll be 3 of those and a small bag of that. What do you do with this stuff? It helps if you get sick. And this one? Oh, this stuff's good to smoke. Keeps you up all night. Do you take interest in the local culture? I'm always on the lookout for new ingredients and cheap find. Might pick up one of those curse swords for the boy later. After a bit of shopping, they head out into the mountains to find that cave. I asked a few people about the area and they say it's over here. They all feel a bit uneasy on the subject. One even told me it's cursed. Figured as much, so I packed us some protective red incense. Quite well stocked. I like having options. Anyway, where are we heading? Just over there. They both head into the cave. Just over there. Jean lights up a small fire for light. This should do us. They both walk around aimlessly, searching through the cave for nearly an hour. What are those crystals here? Not sure, it might be some kind of quartz. Here, what about this room? This looks about right. They find the mission target, a body. Jean rips a necklace from his corpse, smashing a few bones in the process. I wonder what else he has on him. That's a pretty nice ornate sword over there. Jean grabs that one. Grab that one for me and check if he has any money on him. They both start pillaging a wealthy-looking corpse for jewelry, notes, or any other valuables. This should be enough, unless he wants clothes. Ed is a bit unsettled. No, I think that's enough. Hostile skeletons start to appear on their way back, blocking them. Ed's feeling ill. Looks like we've annoyed someone. Say, you got a weapon on you? Ed pulls out a pistol. I have this. Right, you take the left hallway and I'll take the right. We'll handle him first. The two spend some time striking down cursed skeletons for the evening. Say, Jean, can you give Ralph this note when you go back? Yeah, no worries. Edward sits alone with an uncomfortable look on his face. The wind blows as they walk back to the boat. Jean's chewing small leafy stems he bought at the market. You want some? Why not? They both rest in silence while chewing stimulants. Do you ever wonder about the fate of the world? Like where we're heading? Yeah. I can't help looking out to sea and thinking one day a big wave will swallow me up. I don't know. We all have to keep an eye on what's brewing. Think too deeply, maybe a storm will come, you know? I get you. I always wonder why the bad storms come. It's as if my own emotions bring them here. When the pressure's on, that's when you start to question. Otherwise, we hardly do. I think I like those moments the most. The ones which make you contemplate. I guess trouble makes you smarter, as does experience, though I'd rather be busy at work than pondering as the days go by. That's a dream now, isn't it? Yeah, you gotta give to the devil to get that. But it's scary giving up control, relaxing too much. I want things to go the way I plan them to, even if the alternative is better for me. I guess I can't handle the thought that something big might happen and I'm not able to respond to it. So you push it away? No, I face it before it happens. I never let it overpower me. And what of it happening? It won't happen. At least if I'm able to keep myself stable. Sounds like worrying about if you can get up in the morning as opposed to doing it. Either way, we're put to the test when it does go wrong. Ed is silent. Back to work with no rest. Jean is half asleep. Great work there, Jean. You picked up more than I thought. It's a thinking old boss story, it ain't value to it. Anyway, how about that break? Didn't you spend enough time on the boat resting? I made sure to get a boat for that reason. Jean remembers these strange times. Well, I guess that's one way to put it. But otherwise, you're gonna give me some time off. And you're not gonna get off my butt till I do? That's right. Alright, deal. But only because of the big hole you got me. Ralph sighs and thinks, why do I have such lazy staff? Okay, good. See you, Ralph. Jean mumbles, now when was she meant to show up again? Sylvie is signaling Jean. Jean, oh, you don't look so good. You okay? Yeah, the sea took its toll on me. Here, I'll take the lead. They both head to the cafe TV area. On the surrounding TV show. With the power of friendship, I'll show you your evil ways. And the bad guy says, no, Sakura-chan. I'll never stop being evil. The hero says, magical heart beam. Jean relaxes. This is the good shit. Sylvie agreeing. The bad guy says, no, I've seen the errors of my way, Sakura-chan. Thank you for saving me with the power of friendship. Sylvie in an amazed monotone voice. Whoa. The hero says, Pion Pion away. The hero, Sakura-chan, teleports back to her homeworld. Oh, my class, how I've missed you. Gene bends down to a wall beam and looks at it as if it were a newborn child. He rubs his hand along it, taking in the sensations. Gene regains his composure. I'll be starting in about 2 minutes. Wow, Gene, you didn't die. How have you been? Yeah, good. I nearly had to place all myself if Sylphie didn't crash. I bet you tore up with those fireballs, huh? I'll come back and find my ganja plants all toasted. I may have hit a few. Well, anyway, here's a souvenir. Whoa, a new sword. It's got cool symbols on it too. Thanks, Gene. No worries, Ren. I thought you might have outgrown the other one by now. Gene increased his volume. Anyway, class, let's get started. In alchemy, we have 3 main categories: animal matter, plant matter, and minerals. This means rocks, crystals, and anything earthly for minerals. I figure the others are self-explanatory. Each of these have another 3 reagents which you make from them: ashes or salts, oils and solvents or liquids. Solvents or liquids. The first reagent is when you burn it down to its ash in open air. Think of what forms at the bottom of a campfire after charcoal. Then the second and third are acquired from fermenting and distilling it, though in the modern age we catalytically make most ingredients or buy them from a store. Gene hands around a bottle of fermented woody herbal matter. That's flatweed and red tree bark. If I took the liquid in these jars and separated each piece by density, by distilling them, what would I get? The volatile liquids, stable liquids, and oils. Imagine oil and water. This is an analogy of the layers presented above. The light components are alcohol, solvents, spirits, and what you'd think of as a liquid acid. But don't be confused, alkalis can be distilled as well in this portion. The middle is simply water, sour and mouthy. Have too much of this in your wine and it'll taste cloudy, though a bit can be nice. And finally, third is your heavy oils and resins, the most thick but combustible components. These smell harsh and bitter if made from a plant or animal. You may wonder what all this has to do with our main 3 substances. Each section, animal parts for example, would produce a different alcohol than say plants, right? Yes, reagents like alcohol can differ among that made of rocks than that made of fruit. Even the animal ashes work a bit differently than burnt metallic oxides. For example, being animal spirit is ammonia, which is alkaline in contrast to acidic sulfuric mineral spirits. Then each plant would differ and produce chemicals similar to each rock or crystal. Yes, I'll show you these lovely purple crystals are made of an interesting mineral me and Ren found the other couple months ago. Now I can't say I know much about the effects it has, but the end result sure looks nice. The main idea of all this is to dissolve an ash in its corresponding solvent to make refined components for your work. Think of how an acid and base makes a salt. Anyway, this knowledge is necessary for creating alchemical works and harnessing the power of nature. If you can't dissolve, reform and change state, density and other components of materials, then you won't be able to create talismans and other reagents. So with that, you can all see why it is better to use an 8-sided shape over a 12-sided one. Give this some thought in the meantime if you would like to know more about it. Gus hands out a list of geometrical and numerical diagrams related to theoretical math. If there are no other questions, then we'll call an end to class. An old man walks up to Gus and begins conversing with him. The rest of the class walks out. Fine lecture as always, Gus. I do try to keep them informative. Numbers and the relation between life. Who would have thought they play such a role? Even the rhythms in which we speak are dictated through numbers, up and down at goals or within a circle. At least, it's all just a model to show an idea. Yes, and only the wisdom to know what they mean will allow us to understand. Both continue their old man talks for some time. Gus is silent. Gus lights up a smoke and starts to relax. Gus mumbles, "It's nice here, sometimes." "Keep striking." "Ha! Good, now do it again, with more force." "Ah!" Ren's voice echoes throughout the training yard. "That's right, now put your fire into it." "Whoosh! Now do it again, another 100 times." Ren is full of spirit. Yes. Alright. The rest of you know that we have the summer tournament coming up. Ren's been chosen as a representative. If anyone wants to join, then step forward. Joel and Emrys both walk up, as well as a young lady and old man. Yep, sign me up. Good. Now you four practice on your own together in groups. The rest of you follow me. Hey, wanna practice? Oh, sure. Ren here looks good. So do you want to warm up and then get into the heavier stuff? Emrys is nervous. Okay, sure. Warming up sounds good. They both start circling and throwing out basic moves. You're not so bad. Been practicing? Emrys is running out of breath. Yeah, every day. They both slow down their pace and take some time to breathe. Let's get a bit more serious. Joel lifts the ground where Emrys is standing. Emrys is regaining his grounding and he focuses. Emrys launches a wind blade at Joel. He pulls up compressed dirt shields to block it. Joel inhales. Not bad, but it's not enough. You alright there? Yeah, just give me a minute. They continue fighting for the rest of the class. Chapter 10. Another weekend. Jean thinks, I think I get the weekend off while everyone else is busy preparing for the tournament. Well, it's well needed for all my hard work. Ren's muffled voice, yeah. Except that. Alright, one more time. Focus and release. Ren exhales. Not good enough. Ren decides to grab a drink. You feeling confident for the big fight? Not enough. I still feel like I need more training. There's only so much you can do. As long as you're well trained, then you've got nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'll get back to it. Sylphie sits there drinking tea. Jean joins her and also drinks tea. Sylphie mumbles, something on your mind? Not really. Yours? Nah. Jean loads his brass water pipe with exotic flowers. Jean takes a hit. Sylphie pulls out a reading book to entertain herself with. Jean's silent. They spend the rest of the day relaxing and talking to each other. They both sit around cooked in the garage, drinking beers and smoking fine minor leaf. So what's up your ass this time? Gus has drooling eyes. The whole world's made of plastic. Jean's amazed. Whoa, then what are we? Plastic animals. Jean's melting. Whoa. Gus is paranoid. Oh man, it's all just densified plastic, rarefied plastic. The air is a plastic vapor and that forms into everything. Jean's laughing. Water's just the base and light is the mover, eh? Where the fuck did this come from? No, I'm not a piece of plastic. I'm a man. Fuck, I gotta calm down. Alright. I know you're as paranoid as a bitch. Gus interrupts. No shit. So, why don't you take advantage of this? I'm listening. If the world's made of plastic, then why don't you mess with it? Gus sighs. That's just magic. Fuck. They both go back to smoking wacky substances in the garage. Jean thinks, so tired. I should probably be doing something right now. Or not. Jean lays down on the couch and has many entertaining visions in his mind. Funny little marshmallow men come into his vision. A world of little marshmallow people. Oh, hello there, little ones. They all come around him and form a group hug. They're swinging around in the circle, faster and faster, mashing into one. He slowly comes back awake. Jean's regaining his form. Jean then gazes at the rim of his glass. He eventually reaches the perfect angle and is taken into the shadow plane. Oh, come on, not this shit again. Ren. Yes, teacher. You can relax here. I'm sure you've trained enough in the past few weeks. As hard as I can. Good. You're my best student after all, but I wouldn't want to put too much pressure on you. Don't worry. All I can think about is the fight. Your spirit is focused, at least. I want you to hold off on using your fire if you can. But that's my best move. Exactly. Only use it when you need to. Otherwise you'll piss away your energy in a round. Oh, sure. I'll keep that in mind. Good. If you win, I'll make you a demon sword. Ooh. Otherwise we'll get pissed and put it all behind us. Chapter 11, Tournament Arc. Gene waits at the hall for his registered students to come in. Gene is serious. Ren is serious. Gene's silent. Ren is silent. Gene is offering enhancement pills. Here, I made some of these if you'd like. No, it's fine. I'm gonna do this with my own strength. The room felt hotter due to Ren's conviction. Go on, get ready then. Yeah, right. Ren walked away serene but focused. Gus and Emerus walked in after a special lesson. Teacher, I don't know if I can do this. What are you talking about? You're not gonna waste those lessons I've given you. Your call, kid. Emerus feels shame for his weakness. Gathers his strength among the men who aided him. I'll do it. It's all we wanted to hear. You got the shit, Gus? Yeah, right here. Gus pulls out a bag of dull orange powder. Here, Emerus. Keep it in your pocket and take some before each fight. Emerus is unsure. Thanks. The guys head down to a watching area to meet Isaac. Guys. Gene nods. Isaac. I ain't one to get excited, but I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, they've worked hard enough, haven't they? Emerus is too much of a pussy to go far, though. He's got a round or two of best in him. Sounds right. Ren might last another, by the looks of things. He's earned it. They stand around chatting for some time. Fellas! Oh, you made it. Rich. Gus nods. Huh, no way I'd be missing this one. Ralph cuts through on the loudspeaker. Round 1 will be starting soon. Drone recordings and TV displays are found all throughout the arena space for live internet uploads. Ren stares at his opponent with anticipation of what's to come. The water mage bows to Ren. Ren keeps his composure. Ralph through the loudspeaker. I hope you've all put your bets on because we're about to start. Someone whispers into Ralph's ears. Ralph says quietly, are you saying someone's trying to undercut us on betting rates? Go get them. No more interruptions or delays. Here is the first fight of our summer tournament. Match start! The water mage brings up a wave of water which Ren uses his grounding to block. Gene's yelling, keep your mouth shut, boy, and get in close. She continues a barrage of water attacks, expending her energy to finish him off quickly. Ren soon regains his stance and takes time to breathe. He dashes in for a heavy punch, using all of his force. The water mage goes, blah! With a single punch, he knocks the water mage backwards, unconscious on her back. Those lazy-ass mages, they never train their bodies. That's what they get, eh? Match over! Ren's yelling, fuck you! Emerus licks his thumb, coated with the orange powder. My head, I can hardly feel it anymore. He exhales. The crowd cheers. Ralph, with no delay, here comes our third match. The Storm Wizard frowns. Emerus looks out to the other student. He is a tall and pale man. The Storm Wizard stares at him. Ralph says in the megaphone, start! Your fancy robes aren't worth shit here. Yeah, you tell him. The Storm Wizard starts darkening the sky with his hand gestures and ritual dances. Emerus observes him while holding a careful attention for what's to come. Don't fucking stand there, kid. He's calling down the sky. As Gus yells out into the pit, above them the clouds grumble. Emerus is distracted. Gus clicks his tongue. Too late. A stream of lightning channels through the mage's signals and strikes Emerus right in the heart, shocking his body. Oh man, he's getting fried. Emerus is smoking, falling to the ground. I failed them. Damn. Emerus collapses to the ground after being completely electrocuted. He's draining in the drugs he took, still not enough to allow him victory. Gene looks uncomfortable. Damn. Yeah, you don't fuck around with electricity. Emerus just can't handle getting their nerves fried. Isaac stays silent and tenses his eyes. With that, the match finishes. He came a long way though. He better have after the work we put in him. Next year, he'll be stronger. Jean comes back after grabbing drinks and food for the whole gang. Ren managed to get himself into the final round, which is starting shortly. Jean hands out food to the gang. Eat up, fellas. Ren's on next. Isaac's will charge up. I knew he'd make it. Gus lights up a smoke. Guess he's earned it. Richard's grinning. What did I tell you? He's my boy after all. Ren is standing in the arena, mentally preparing himself for his last fight, the final round. Ren is meditating. His opponent is a storm wizard from Emerus's fight. The storm mage looks smugly, he grins and talks to himself. This guy's a weakling. All he does is train with his sword in the fighting class. On the megaphone, Ralph says, "Begin!" Ren instantly releases his fire by tensing his whole body. His blood shoots out and his muscles bulge. He's charging up. The storm mage grins and charges up his lightning. His mana is only half full. He spent too much of it in the other rounds. That's why I told the boy to save it. Ren dashes in and tries to dodge the lightning strike, which rips right into his nervous system, causing him immense pain, extinguishing his fire aura temporarily. Ren is in horrible pain. He's hunched over. The storm mage, what did I tell you? Ren forces a smile. This is nothing like Gus's fight. Gus is stunned for a moment and smirks. Damn right, mine's higher voltage. Ren regains his will, pushes through his horrible internal burning pains and releases his fire like a mythical phoenix. He runs without a plan, only on pure instinct. The storm mage is slightly panicked. What? Stay back. The storm mage shoots another lightning strike. Ren takes a strike, which wasn't as strong as the last, and keeps running. Ren swings. His strike connects right into the jaw of the storm mage, whose eyes go blank as he gets flung towards the back wall of the arena. The surrounding... The guys watching are all standing up out of their seats with their jaw open. That's Ren? Isaac grins. The storm mage falls down, unconscious. Ren stands in a deep stance, trying to force his legs to stay still, keep himself up. Bloody and beaten, Ren raises his right arm into the sky with a faint smile on his face, hair covering his face. Richard yells, "That's my boy!" Jean yells, "Yeah!" Gus smirks. He did it. Ralph on the megaphone, and with that, our winner, Ren! The crowd goes wild and cheers for Ren. Ren in his haggard state walks over to the storm mage and looks at him. And he says in a quiet voice, "Thanks." Chapter 12. Wrapping things up. Soon we'll be closing class for a few weeks, but you can still come and do your own work in the labs or rooms. So how about today I explain the way magical artifacts are made? It's fairly simple once you know the correspondences. Gold is the solar metal, iron is the martial, for example. Martian. Then mix the bones of a tiger and you make a great flaming sword. Of course, it won't just catch fire though, you'll need a ritual to go with it. Would this be considered a spiritual effect or a physical one? Physical effects being a flaming sword made of dense petrochemicals. We're using physical materials which relate by virtue to our idea, in this case fire, but ultimately your magic overrules it. Another student says, would the ritual act as a trigger to program it? That's right, realistically if you had enough mana and the right experience you could turn any sword or stick into a flaming one. An alchemically made sword will just be easier. What else can we discuss? In the Book of Antimachus, they speak of a stone which protects from the weather. It's made of a combination of herbs, minerals, and bone. I'm wondering how you form it into a stone. Yes, I know that one. The stone creation depends on how you prepare the ingredients. Metallic stones are fairly simple for obvious reasons, but ones with crystals are harder. There are binder ingredients, sulfur for example, rubies, gold, etc. that can help to bind some ingredients together. Can't we just create them with polymer resins or vegetable binders? It's unprofessional, but you can do it. Jean continued lecturing about magical objects. At the local cafe lounge. You were really cool back there, Ren, but didn't it hurt fighting so recklessly? It's nothing. After winning the fighting tournament, the girls now look at Ren with a newfound admiration. Ren relaxes. Oh, so what are you both doing on break? Lots of training. I gotta get better. Haven't really thought about it. Maybe sitting around chilling. This doesn't sound like much fun. How about spending some time in my estate? Maybe. That place is a bit stuffy. I can set up lots of food. Sylphie sighs. Fine. I'm gonna go catch up with Joel. See ya. Ren walks outside to the garden. Still can't believe you won. Ren smirks. You're just mad I beat your ass. Hey, I think I did pretty well. Yeah. So, how'd you go on your end? Well, I didn't get a win, but I still went pretty good. Gave a Force user a run for their money. Better luck next year, I guess. Joel's all fired up. Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. Ren's all fired up. No way, I'm gonna kick your ass. At least I didn't get trapped in the Shadow Realm. Oh, shut up. Both men are sitting enjoying their talks, smokes, and drinks. So how about it? Tonight we go raise hell like we used to. Jean sighs. I don't know. Come on, Jean. You just gotta warm up. Alright. They both order drinks and head out for the night. Gus is puking. Gus is holding onto a brick wall around the town edge. He purges his stomach. Gus is slow. I didn't think that'd happen. Jean's smoking a joint. Sure you don't want to go for more? Nah, fuck that. Let's go rest. They eventually find a hobo forest to regain their constitution. Ooh, here's a nice pipe. Gus is grabbing it for support. They sit crouched down listening to the night wind. Gus is rolling up a joint. Jean's relaxing. Sounds of water streaming down the pipe exterior can be heard. Someone there? Tanuki-san? Jean barely makes out his big, beautiful form in the darkness. Jean, what are you doing here? Gus is sobering up. You know him? Oh yeah, we go way back. Here, take a seat. The bear shaman fits himself into the concrete pipe and starts adjusting his nuts to become comfortable. You both look as fucked up as me. Tanuki-san's pupils were as large as dinner plates. Gus is exhausted. It's been a long day. Well, I have a little bit of this if you guys want some. He pulls out a bag of white mana crystals. You shouldn't have. Gus is glancing at the crystals. For a magical bear, you sure know your shit. I'll load it up. All three of them blast into outer space while smoking from the multi-tubed hookah. Well, shit, what do we do now? Chapter 13. Nothing but business. Going on a trip, are ya? Yep, we're gonna see volcanoes and monsters. There aren't any monsters, Ren. Yes, there are. Reminds me of when I used to go. Jean starts reminiscing while the others pack their bags. It was out in a jungle during the summer, and a giant white tiger came up to me. We stared into each other's eyes for some time, both thus ready to fight, and I acknowledged its wisdom. The two of us ended up brawling, and then we sat by a river together, laughing at the woes of the world. Whoa, how strong was he? Strong enough to give me a few of these, eh? Jean shows off his claw and bite scars. I never thought you could talk to animals, Jean. Neither did I, to be honest. Man, I hope I get to meet a gorilla or something to fight. Just stay away from those damn demons and fairies. Jean rummages around in the shed. Here, Ren, take a keg of this with you. Oh, thanks, Jean. He hands Ren a keg of fine red ale. Isaac, Jean, and Gus were all called into Ralph's office for a special project. Damn it, Ralph, didn't you promise us a week off? Yeah, fuck work, we're on break. Isaac nods in agreement. Ralph pulls out a sack of money. Ralph's chaotically laughing. Jean peers over in interest. Gus sighs. Ralph then puts a special edition of Doki Doki Hanako-chan and Tanashi Tanaka-chan on the table. Keep going. Gus whispers into Jean's ears. Hey, let me borrow that after. Ralph finally takes out a small cask of vintage spiced rum, the kind that makes you sweat profusely. Oh, all rage within the room fades. Now that I have your attention, we're all going to work on a spirit-to-body project. All you need to do is figure out how to create a fitting vessel and imbue it with a programmed mind. Simple, isn't it? Gus smirks. You all have 3 days. This is a very important task, so I expect working results. You got nothing to fear there. Alright, I'll be in the office planning. I'll meet you there in an hour. Call me when you got the booze. Gus starts writing up a draft while Jean is busy at the local Mega Mart buying bags of dirt and a slab of lager beer. Chapter 14, Camping Out. Ooh, we're gonna see snakes and monkeys and giraffes and demon goats. Yeah. Joe whacks his arm around Ren in a brotherly way. Haha, just you wait, Sylvie. This man's gonna be the fire tonight. Sylvie is ignoring the mood. Are you two done setting up? Nearly. Emrys walks over to the lake basin and watches how the wind blows onto the water. He's silent. What you doing? Emrys is lost in thought. Emrys watches the wind and learns some new techniques which he practices in secret. Come here, Ren. Start this fire for me. Ren's all wavy. Okay. Ren takes a sip from his ale keg and sprays fire onto the spirit-soaked wood. Whoa. Pretty cool, eh? Give me some of that drink. Fire magic is the best shit. Ooh, keep it going, Ren. Sylvie smiles. Joel's smug. Hey, Ren, I bet you can't drink this in a handstand. The girls continue talking while sitting close to her, together on a wooden log. Ooh, ooh. Ren begins his tribal fire dance. Nice moves, but check these out. Joel does some interpretive dancing around the fire. Join us. I'm alright, thanks. No fun. Ren and Joel continue drinking and dancing around the fire. Time slows down for them, and they feel as if they're fading into the air around them. They sway for a second, and then time rushes back as the sounds of the crackling fire come into view. Everyone continues enjoying their night. Sylvie's bored. What's wrong? The guys left some time ago, and around the fire are just the two girls. I don't know. Say, I'm kind of jealous of the guys. Ren's muffled screams, ah! They sound pretty stupid. But aren't they having lots of fun? Ren, more distant screams of Ren. Ah! Oh man, this is boring. Want to go on an adventure? It's kind of late. Ren's yelling, but don't your balls cry out in pain every night? Where did that come from? But yeah, you're right. Right, then how about we go get some action? Huh? How? Ren suspiciously laughed. Ha 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 ha. Oh, just you wait. The guys head up and down some mountainous forests in search of an auspicious pond. Jean's told me about all the water nymphs he slayed. Jean's killed water nymphs? I don't know, I figured he was getting some. He said something about female essence, which summons them. Emrys is unsure. Oh, wait, is that what we're doing? We're out here for? Damn right, that's what we're doing tonight. Wouldn't they just be all cold and wet? What? I don't know, maybe they're like jelly. Oh yeah, did you guys watch the last episode of Race Sun Conquers the World? Yeah, the one where he finally develops levitation tech, goes out of space. Yeah, I want to be like that one day. Joel walks smugly, knowing that he's not a nerd. They eventually find a suitable body of water. Alright, do you remember how to summon stuff again? Kind of. I think we just make a dense mana circle and then we call what we want into it. Sounds good enough. Let's try it out. I don't know what to do. How about I set things up? You guys can add your power to it. At least Emrys paid attention in Gus's classes. Don't worry, I'll tell you when. Sounds good, we'll go with that. Emrys sets up a ritual. It's a simple circle of spiraling wind on top of the pond. Emrys is struggling. Alright, now, got it. Yep. Ren does not realize what to do for a second, but notices a glowing circle. He starts enhancing its force intensely. Ren's under pressure. Are we doing it right? Joel's retaining his cool. Probably. Emerus is focusing hard. I think so. Now we just need to summon it. Ren's jolted. Summon. Ren gets an electric jolt through his body from remembering his past failed summoning ritual. Something's happening. Within the circle starts to appear a dark, watery figure. Which one of you idiots pulled me from the void? No, she's ugly. I think she's pretty hot. It worked. No offering and no semblance of power. What on earth could you two have to trade? Come on, guys, let's just bail. Joel sighs. You should have let me handle the talking. Ren. The water nymph becomes aggressive. Such disrespect. Oh shit, run. My fire won't do anything here. Emerus is afraid. I knew this was a bad idea. Eventually, a glowing monkey in a tribal skirt comes out of the bushes. He holds a spear with a bone necklace hung around his neck. Run, children, I'll handle this. The three of them run along the mountains, escaping the water witch's attacks. Welcome back. Ren's heavily breathing. Sword. Yeah. She has already long gone. Chapter 15. The Creation of Life. So you're serious about learning this? Yeah, I really want to learn it for reasons. Well, alright. I guess Jean can owe me a favor or something. Huh, cool. I thought you'd be more mad at me from what happened. Let's see if I'd hold a grudge for something that small. We worked it out in that last fight anyway. You know, I thought you were an asshole, Gus, but you're actually a cool guy. Gus is not caring. I'll take that as a compliment. Anyway, let's begin. No, sure. What do I do again? Here, I'll demonstrate for you. Gus shows Ren. Right, starting. He coaches Ren through a few customized steps. Keep focused on the circle. Make sure it's stable. Ren's focused. Yep. Good. Looks strong enough. Now you need to form an image of what you want. What? I can't do two things at once. Well, you need to. Otherwise someone else can do it for you. But I doubt you'd like that. Fine. Ren focuses hard, thinking up a fire spirit shape while keeping up the intensified fire circle. The circle of fire expands and jolts into the shape of a fat little goblin. Gus mutters, "Damn, that was quick. I did it! I did it!" As soon as Ren starts cheering, his spirit wails and thrashes. Kill me! Gus stomps on it quickly, and it evaporates into the air. Gus smirks. Well, it doesn't come in a single try after all. Ren is between joy and sadness. Yes, I did it. But why did you kill it, Gus, my child? Gus looks at him with disgust and mild pity. The three guys sit around in the shed working out what they need to do. Isaac, you create the body out of dirt. Jean, give it a spiritual circulatory system. I'll possess the body and test it out after. Yup, sure. Isaac stands in a strong pose, focusing his mind on the pile of dirt in front of him. He compresses it all into a bodily shape. Alright, give me a minute. Jean slowly squats down and puts his hand onto the doll's mid-chest. Blue light fills the doll and separates out into veins and spheres which create a pseudo-circulation and organ system. Jean exhales. That'll do it. Gus observes. Looks good enough. Gus sits down and brings up the doll in his mind. He starts to place his consciousness inside of the doll, using its spiritual circulation as an aid. Eventually the doll starts to move and stands up. Alright, it's a success. This thing's made well enough to call it a day. Isaac opens the fridge and pulls out a couple of beer bottles. He hands him out. Here you go. Sure. How's it feel inside, Gus? Pretty light. You want a shot? Gus, puppeteering the doll's body, rips off a beer cap with pure hand strength and chugs it. Nah, it feels weird in another body. Suit yourself. Anyway, where does that fat cunt get off telling us to work in a break? Yeah, fuck work. I know, he should be paying us to drink these, eh? Now you're talking. What if we started a union? What do you mean? Think of a hidden rule somewhere within the company laws. You mean we could get paid for each drink? Fuck yeah. They spend the next hour planning out a law certificate which gives them 10 standard credits per beer drunk. Ralph later applied 100% tax to income gained through the beer allowance rule. The guys catch up to discuss post-tournament topics. Isaac is drunk. You made me so much fucking money, Ren. I bet 4K and borrowed mafia money from you, Ren. Whoa, holy shit, teacher. You made me rich. Yay! They all sit around drinking while Isaac downs a whole keg. Isaac's wasted, but I pissed it all away. Gambling! Huh? Isaac rips off his shirt and flips the table while yelling. He says in a broken accent, I need more money! Right. Ren takes off his shirt and positions himself into a fighting stance. Isaac's crying, all of my drinking money, God! Ren's struggling, teacher, I'm sorry. They're both exhausted under stress and depression. Isaac is crying, I failed you, Ren. No, teacher, I failed you. This continues for another 3 hours. Chapter 16. Drink to your sorrows and relax. Both men stand near the pond smoking. So it's the end, Yeah. Ralph's starting a war. Now I hear ya. Trying to take over the world, he is. You in? Dunno. Does he even need us, I wonder? Depends on the money, Just an experiment in the mind of a mad god after all. Yeah, maybe. Oh hey guys. Gus flicks ash off his cigarette. Fuck off. Oh man. No, wait, no. Fuck you, Gus. Little man's learning to walk, eh? Why don't you go practice some more, Ren? Ren's sad. Okay. Ren takes his cocked AK rifle and walks shamefully back into the woods. Gus smokes. Jean smokes. Was it good, I wonder? Depends. Not bad, maybe. Well, there's always next time. Yeah, just keep walking. Some things are better left to fade. How about we head inside? Yeah, alright. You want some of that blue mana crystal? Why not?